So it's about 10 o'clock in the morning and a hummingbird just flew by. It was checking out that one ocotillo. I stirred up a jackrabbit and also a cottontail today. And also on my super slow walk, I found something that's going to be left in place, and it's just one of many things that you can see out here. Normally I would see more animated things, but more often I'm finding just inanimate objects from today's era. And either way, the burden of evidence is here for anyone to come and take a look at and explore these remote areas, especially pre-dawn and maybe even at sunset, although by sunset hopefully you're making your way confidently back to your point of origin or wherever your destination is, because things can get quite challenging out here very suddenly if you're not properly prepared, both mentally and physically. So today itself was a pretty amazing day. I actually didn't realize it, but at one point I was even standing within touching distance of a cottontail rabbit. I don't know that I'll record much more tonight unless some weird stuff happens in terms of camp noises, but so far, again, my Introvert's version of this outing to Big Bend has been extremely successful, and I've gotta say, I didn't really expect to have this much of a turnout on the recordings of just basically someone babbling about their day. I'm mostly doing that because I like hearing your stories on this platform, and so I'm sharing my stories because it must be reverberating in a way where other people are able to enjoy this type of content. The sun is just now dropping down over the horizon. There's an immediate shift in temperature that you can feel when you're in a place like this. And so immediately I've gone from like radiating and, feeling this not so intense heat, not as hot as it'll be tomorrow where I'm at, where I'll be at. But it goes from this radiating heat to all of a sudden this pleasurable, cool feeling that helps you to transition into an evening mode where your circadian rhythm is getting aligned. And if you haven't had an alignment like this in a while, and if you wanted to see some of these things that no one else would see, it's either bravery or stupidity to go off in directions like what I've been describing to you in a place like this. But right now, with as much as the vegetation is receding, there are places you can access that you would not have been able to access in the past. And with the way things are going, I fear a complete shutdown of our park systems and basically the refusal of our service, our service system that we vote for, the refusal to keep some of these things open and maintained to a degree where they should be. And I fear that eventually that's going to cause closures, and then I'll never be able to see these things again, and no one else will. And so I'm capturing what I can so that you can see what's out there and how it's going right now. My thoughts are that the climate challenges are making it really rough for the wildlife and people, and it's pretty evident what we need to address in order to start changing gears throughout the world, possibly. So again, stay tuned. We'll see what we see as we see it. So just to recap, so far we've visited the north side of the park on Thursday, even though I don't have any footage because I didn't take my device with me. And then on Friday, we visited the south side of the park where Santa Elena Canyon is. And then today we went on an adventure on the west side of the park. And tomorrow we're definitely going to be exploring the east side of the park. As far as how we're going to do it, in what order some of the things are going to happen, that is to be determined. Partly it's because tonight I have to, this is my final night at this campsite, and tomorrow I'll be setting up at the next site if everything kind of goes according to plan. I say that because I've seen pretty much all that I've come here to see, and as an introvert, I've spent this whole time alone in this park. Anything else in general that I'd like to do will be putting me in the path of interacting with other people, depending on how I approach those opportunities as well. So stay tuned. Let's see what happens next.